All right. Get ready to dive deep into key industries today.
Yeah.
We got a ton of stuff to go through.
Yes, you do.
Concall transcripts, presentations, latest quarterly numbers.
Yeah.
We're going to be uncovering all those golden nuggets of information,
Mm-hmm.
about revenue and their margin forecasts,
Absolutely.
how they're planning to dominate market share, all that good stuff.
Yeah, what I find really fascinating about KEI is this tightrope walk they're doing between like rapid expansion and maintaining that debt-free status.
It's interesting.
They just raised a ton of capital, and everybody wants to know how that fits into their long-term strategy.
Exactly. So let's start with their Q2 FY25 performance.
Okay.
The numbers were pretty eye-popping, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, they really were.
Net sales jumped up 17.21%
Wow.
to reach 2,279.64 crores.
That's incredible growth,
That's amazing.
especially in the current economic climate.
It really is.
It's like finding a unicorn.
Yeah, and they managed to pull it off while keeping a really healthy EBITDA margin of 10.42% and a PAT margin of 6.79%.
Impressive.
Yeah, for those who aren't, financially savvy,
Right.
that basically means they're turning a good profit.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're doing very well on what they're selling.
Yeah.
And what's really fueling this growth engine
What is it?
is the B2C segment. So, selling directly to consumers.
Okay.
Sales through their dealer and distribution network have shot up 36%.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's like a rocket taking off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it seems like they're kind of waving goodbye to institutional sales
It seems that way.
and going all in on this retail market.
Yeah,
But there were some bumps in the road, right?
there were.
Like that dip in EHV sales, what was that all about?
So you have to imagine they're trying to get a massive power cable project off the ground.
Okay.
And suddenly they're hit with these delays
Okay.
because they can't get the land access they need, the right-of-way issues.
Yeah.
Throw in some crazy weather and you've got slower sales.
Right.
But here's where KEI got really clever.
Okay.
They took all the capacity that would have been used for those EHV cables
Okay.
and they switched gears and produced HT cables.
Ah, smart.
So that really kept those sales figures and margins from just tanking.
So they're adaptable?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, quick on their feet.
What about their EPC business?
Right.
Wasn't that shrinking too?
Yeah, you're right. They've been scaling back on EPC projects.
Okay.
That now makes up less than 5% of their total sales.
Wow. So it seems like they're kind of trimming the fat
Yeah.
and focusing on what's working.
Mm-hmm.
But what's driving this massive growth spurt?
Yeah.
Is it just, this retail boom?
It's a little more nuanced than that.
Okay.
As of October 13th, their order book was sitting at 3,847 crores.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which basically means they've got a ton of projects lined up.
Okay, like what? Give us the details.
Well, they're riding the energy wave.
Okay.
Think solar, wind, all those transmission and distribution projects.
Yeah.
And let's not forget data centers.
Oh, yeah, those are huge.
They're exploding.
Right.
So KEI is right in the middle of it.
Smart move, yeah. Hitching their wagon to some industries that are really on fire right now.
Absolutely. And there's this other big thing.
What's that?
The government is rolling out this massive 9 lakh crore plan to upgrade the power grid over the next 6 years.
Wow.
So KEI.
They must be excited with their cable expertise.
They're sitting pretty.
They're in a good spot.
They're going to snag a big piece of that pie.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
All right, let's talk expansion.
Okay.
Sounds like they're not just dipping their toes in the water.
Yeah.
They're doing a cannonball.
Going all in.
All right, so they've wrapped up brownfield expansions.
Yep. In the first half of FY25.
And a new greenfield facility in Sanand.
That's right.
Wow, they're not messing around.
No, they're serious.
When's this mega factory going live?
They're aiming for the end of the fourth quarter of FY25.
And even with all this expansion, they're not stretched thin.
Nope.
They're at 78% capacity utilization for cables.
That's right.
71% for house wires.
Yeah.
So they've got room to grow.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
They decided to raise 2,000 crores through a QIP.
Interesting.
Which is basically issuing new shares to raise money.
Right.
Why on earth
would
a company that is churning out cash and prides itself on being debt-free do that?
It's the question everyone's asking. The analysts are buzzing.
Right.
The management's logic is they want to pay for the Sanand project.
Okay.
Completely with equity, keeping that zero debt badge.
That pristine.
Yeah. Imagine a company this big,
Yeah.
expanding like crazy,
Yeah.
and not owing a single rupee.
It's impressive.
It is.
So they're playing the long game?
That's right.
No instant gratification.
Nope.
Building a solid foundation for the future?
Exactly. They're betting that this debt-free strategy gives them flexibility.
Flexibility to do what?
To pounce on opportunities as
Right.
they arise and weather any economic storms.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, they're calling it maintaining a healthy financial position.
It's like a financial fortress.
It is.
And you know who's giving them a thumbs up?
Who?
The credit rating agencies.
Oh yeah, they are loving this.
They are.
They're loving KeyEye's strong performance and their rosy prospects.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Carrie even bumped them up to an AAA plus rating.
So they're basically saying, we
Yeah.
trust you guys with our money.
That's right.
But what about market share?
Okay.
Where do they stand in this cable battle royale?
They're a major player.
Okay.
They're holding a commanding 12% share of the entire cable market.
Wow, that's a big piece of the pie.
It is.
And with all this expansion,
Yeah,
they're ready to gobble up even more.
that's right.
They're playing to win.
They are.
All right, so from what we've uncovered so far,
Yeah.
KeyEye seems to be firing on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
They're strategically expanding.
Yeah.
They're riding this energy wave,
That's right.
and they're making bold moves to stay debt-free.
It's impressive.
Definitely a company to watch.
Absolutely. But wait, there's more.
There is.
We haven't even touched on their segment performance and those juicy margin forecasts.
Oh, man. Okay, we got to get to that.
We do.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and dive into all that good stuff.
Mm.
Okay, so let's zoom in and dissect KeyEye's segment performance.
All right.
We know their B2C business is booming,
It is.
but what about the rest of their empire?
Yeah, let's peel back the layers.
Okay,
Their cable and wire division is like the workhorse here.
okay.
They reported a 14% jump in volume in the first half of FY25
Okay, compared to...
the same period last year.
Wow, so like 14 extra trucks,
It's like selling 14 extra trucks.
full of cables and wire.
Full of cables and wires,
Oh,
even when everybody else is struggling.
That shows they're grabbing market share.
Yeah, they are.
Like a Pac-Man.
Yeah, like the Pac-Man of the cable industry.
Gobble it all up.
Gobble it up.
And remember how they shifted gears from EHV to HT cables?
I do.
That just shows how nimble they are,
Yeah.
reacting to market demands in real time.
Yeah, they're not afraid to change course when they need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So speaking of nimble,
Yeah.
how is their stainless steel wire segment doing?
Okay, so that one's more like a steady marathon runner
Okay.
than a sprinter.
All right.
They clocked in 59 crores in sales in Q2,
Okay.
slightly higher than last year.
Okay.
It's not the flashiest part of their portfolio,
Right.
but it consistently brings in revenue.
Yeah. Reliable and dependable.
Yeah, like a good friend.
So let's circle back to that EPC business
Okay.
that they're kind of winding down.
Yeah, it's like they're pruning a tree
Mhm.
to let the healthy branches flourish.
I like that.
They're stepping back from EPC projects
Because,
because they can be unpredictable
yeah,
and less profitable.
but they haven't completely abandoned it.
Not entirely, no.
Okay.
They said they're taking on like one EPC order a year
Okay.
just to keep their team sharp,
Right.
to handle any loose ends from previous projects.
So keeping a foot in the door.
Yeah, but not making it their main focus.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they're all about maximizing those profits,
Yeah.
focusing on what's working.
Right.
Let's talk about the sectors they're targeting.
Okay.
I'm curious how they're reading the tea leaves of the future.
They're definitely placing some big bets.
Okay,
Remember their excitement about the energy sector?
I do, yeah.
Solar, wind, transmission, and distribution.
It's booming.
It's all booming.
Yeah.
And they see themselves at the heart of it.
And with that Euro lilac crore power grid plan,
Oh, they're practically drooling.
they're ready.
Already.
And data centers, another big win for them.
Huge.
Huge. With the internet exploding.
Yeah, everybody storing their lives in the cloud.
Right.
Those data centers need a ton of cables and wires.
That's good for KeyEye.
That's good for KeyEye.
They're like the picks and shovels of the digital gold rush.
Yeah, I like that.
And they even mentioned infrastructure projects.
They did?
Tunnels and railways.
Yeah, they're adding more arrows to their quiver.
It's impressive.
Yeah, they're covering all their bases.
Aligning themselves with all the growth.
Yeah, with the sectors that are poised for the most explosive growth in India.
Right. So are they being overly optimistic?
Okay, that's a good question.
Or are their projections grounded in reality?
Yeah.
Let's compare their rosy outlook
Right.
with what like the industry experts are saying.
Okay, so from my research,
Yeah.
their optimism seems pretty well founded.
Okay.
The government's push for renewable energy and infrastructure
Mm-hmm.
is creating a huge demand for cables and wires.
Okay.
Industry reports are predicting huge growth in these sectors over the next few years.
So it's not just KEI daydreaming.
No.
They're basing their strategy on solid evidence.
Yeah, they are.
That's reassuring.
Yeah, they're not throwing darts at a board.
No.
They're making calculated decisions about where to focus their energy.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
All right.
The recent QIP.
The 2,000 crore capital raise.
Yeah, the big kahuna.
That's making waves.
Bold move.
It is.
For a company that's debt-free.
Yeah.
What are the implications of this move?
It's a bit of both, genius and risky.
Okay.
Okay, so think of it like this.
Okay.
They've got this huge pile of cash to fuel their expansion dreams without taking on any debt.
I like.
Remember, the Sanan project alone is going to cost around 1,800, 1,900 crores.
So they're basically buying a brand new factory, state-of-the-art.
State-of-the-art.
With cash.
With cash, no debt.
Like buying a house with cash.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
And it gives them freedom.
Freedom to what?
To chase other opportunities.
Like what?
Like buying other companies.
Okay.
Building even more factories.
Wow.
Investing in new technologies.
But there's got to be a catch.
Yeah.
Nothing's free in this world.
You're right. Dilution is the main concern.
Okay, what's that?
So by issuing more shares, they're slicing the pie into smaller pieces, which can make existing shareholders a little grumpy.
Why?
Because their piece is now smaller.
Right.
And some people are questioning their timing.
Yep.
They're saying, hey, you guys are already making tons of money.
Yeah.
Why not just pay for it with your own cash flow?
Right.
But KEI's management is adamant.
About what?
About staying debt-free.
Okay.
They see it as a shield protecting them from economic storms.
Okay.
Giving them an edge over their competitors.
So it's a trade-off.
It is.
Like choosing between a juicy burger and a salad.
Yeah, you got to weigh the pros and cons.
Only time will tell how this QIP will affect their bottom line.
That's right.
All right, it's an experiment. Okay, so let's talk about margins.
All right.
We know they've given some guidance on EBITDA margin.
They have.
During their Concalls.
Back in Q1, they said they were aiming for an EBITDA margin of 10.5, 11% for the full year.
And in Q2?
They stuck to their guns.
Wow.
Same target.
That's pretty bold.
It is.
They admitted to feeling some margin pressure.
Yeah.
In Q2.
Due to those raw material prices.
So they're walking a tightrope.
They are.
But they seem confident.
They do.
So what's their secret sauce?
How do they plan to pull this off?
Yeah. And what could trip them up?
Well, they've got a few aces up their sleeve.
Okay.
First, they're masters of efficiency. They're constantly tweaking their operations to squeeze out every bit of profit.
And they're benefiting from economies of scale.
Right.
Buying in bulk.
Buying in bulk at Costco.
Yeah, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets.
Exactly.
And their shift toward B2C, where they can charge more,
is helping.
Helps their margin situation.
Nope, does.
But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, is it?
It is not.
There's some storm clouds brewing.
Yeah.
Raw material prices.
Especially copper. Yeah. Are still volatile.
So it's hard to predict cost.
It's like trying to build a house.
Yeah.
When the price of lumber keeps changing.
Every day.
Every day.
Right.
And they're facing more competition, both from local and international players.
Everybody wants a piece of the pie.
Everybody wants a piece.
Which could force them to lower prices.
Yeah, it could.
And the big question mark.
Yeah.
The global economy.
What if things slow down?
Here and abroad.
Their sales could take a hit.
And that would impact their margins.
Absolutely.
So it's a complex equation.
It is.
With a lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts.
They've got to balance growth,
yeah,
pricing, and cost management.
All while tap dancing on a tightrope.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
So KEI's management seems aware of these challenges.
Yeah, they seem to be.
They're focusing on fine-tuning their product mix, making their supply chain like a well-oiled machine.
And looking for alternative sources for raw materials.
Oh. So they're not just hoping for the best.
No.
They're trying to control their own destiny.
Yeah, they are.
It's a dynamic situation.
It is.
But they've proven they can handle the pressure. They can navigate these choppy waters.
Yeah, and come out on top.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
All right, so we've unpacked segment performance, sector outlooks.
We did.
The QIP saga.
The whole saga.
And the delicate dance of margin management.
It's a delicate dance.
It's clear KEI is at a pivotal moment.
Yeah, they are.
With a lot riding on their next moves.
That's right.
They're like a high wire act.
They are.
Balancing ambition and caution.
Yeah.
Growth and prudence.
It's a fascinating story.
Unfolding before our eyes.
Yeah, it is.
But wait, there's more.
There is.
We haven't even delved into the qualitative aspects.
Okay.
Like innovation and sustainability.
Right.
Stay tuned
All right.
to the final chapter
Of our deep dive,
where we'll explore the factors that could make or break KeyEye's future. Okay, so we've crunched the numbers, looked at all the financials, but there's more to KeyEye than just, spreadsheets.
Right.
Let's talk innovation and technology.
Okay.
They seem obsessed with staying ahead of the curve.
It's true, yeah. They're like constantly tinkering, coming up with new gadgets and gizmos.
They're pouring money into R&D.
Right.
Not just creating new products,
Yeah.
but actually solving problems.
Yeah, for their customers, real problems.
We're talking about cables that are more efficient, safer, tougher.
Absolutely. And they're not afraid to embrace the digital revolution.
Like how so?
They're using automation analytics to make their factories smarter, more efficient.
They mentioned Industry 4.0.
They did. It's like they're bringing the future to the cable industry.
It's pretty cool. And their commitment to sustainability.
Yeah.
It's not just a buzzword.
No, it's not just trendy.
They're actually walking the walk.
Yeah, they're all about those ESG principles.
Yeah, environmental, social, and governance.
Yeah, they're going green.
Treating their employees right, running the business ethically.
Being the good guys.
It seems like it.
Of the corporate world.
They're cutting energy use, reducing waste.
Yeah, using recycled materials.
And even
working with their suppliers.
To make sure everybody's on the same page.
Get everybody on board with those ethical standards.
And it's not just the right thing to do.
No.
It's also good business.
Yeah.
Investors are looking for that.
Absolutely.
Companies making a positive impact.
It's like a badge of honor.
It is.
That attracts investors, gives them a competitive edge.
So KeyEye seems to get that.
They do.
Weaving sustainability into their business.
Yeah. A long-term strategy for long-term success.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
Financial performance, innovation, sustainability.
Yeah.
What are the big takeaways here?
What do we want the listener to remember?
Yeah, about KeyEye.
I'd say, first and foremost, they're masters of adaptation.
Okay.
The business world is constantly changing.
Sure.
KeyEye is like a chameleon.
Oh, I like that.
Right? Blending in, thriving.
Constantly adjusting.
Yeah.
Streamlining, reacting to the market.
They're not afraid to embrace the future.
Investing in technology.
Yeah, building that culture of innovation.
They're not just riding the wave.
Nope.
They're creating their own.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget their commitment to financial discipline.
Right, debt-free.
Strategic with their investments.
Building a business that can weather any storm.
Like they have a financial fortress.
They do.
Guarding their future.
It's impressive.
So what's the final verdict?
What's the one thing you want our listener to walk away with?
Yeah.
I think KeyEye is a really great example of how ambition, innovation, responsibility can all go hand in hand.
Okay.
They're not just chasing profits. They're building a sustainable business.
That benefits.
Yeah, employees, customers, investors, the planet.
They're proving that doing good and doing well
can be the same thing.
It's inspiring.
It is.
To see a company set its sights high.
And commit to that vision of growth and innovation and positive impact. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what can other companies learn from them?
Yeah.
What can investors learn?
Well, they're showing the world that you can achieve amazing things.
By
staying agile, embracing the future.
And
staying true to your values.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into KeyEye Industries, look around.
Yeah.
What other companies are doing this?
Yeah, embodying these principles.
What can you learn from their success?
That's what it's all about.
That's what the deep dive is all about.
Empowering you to navigate this crazy world.
With confidence.
And clarity.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive.
I did.
And we'll see you next time.